Hello, my name's Chris, this is Blue Kraken Gaming, and welcome back to Aska, where this is where it's going to be a little bit weird, because we're starting Season 2, completely out of the blue and unexpected. Though for those of you that have been on my community tab will know why and have probably taken part in the poll I put up there. But effectively, we're starting on the main screen this episode because the latest patch, patch 8, which gives us expeditions and the ability to leave our island and explore, has dropped. However, that patch doesn't work with existing save states. So although we can load and play the village that we have been doing for some 70-something episodes now, if we do that, we don't get any of the new content. So I did put a poll out on my community tab, basically saying, should we start again from scratch or keep going? And I've never had a poll be so one-sided. It was 100% of the results when I'd looked at it, like about 20 minutes before I started recording, were saying, start again, let's do a new world. Some of them were saying stuff like, let's hope and get a new closer mine, which we will be working towards. So we're going to do normal again. This will be Season 2. And I have a seed. I did go and look one up. Now, I found a couple of people reference this one called Hope on Reddit, because I saw multiple people. I don't know who to basically say this is who originally came up with it, so I'm not getting involved in that. But Hope is the one we're using because it has a mine pretty close to the starting area and it's got some space for us to work with. So we're going to crack on with that. We're going to play as Aska this time. We were Ragnar last season, but we're going to go with Aska this season, and we're just going to get cracking and get going with that. So yeah, we've got a whole new world. We're going to have to start again from scratch. Here we go. There's our Jotun friend back there. So let's immediately start picking up the Jotun blood that we're going to need. And it feels weird being like this. Oh, we've got driftwood. That feels new. Decent source of sticks at the shoreline. That's interesting. Because we are going to need... we're going to need an axe and we're going to need... those. So we're going to need... Where are we? That's tools. Stone blade, that's what we need. Okay, so we're going to need a ton of stones. Yes, alright, you're there still, I see. Well, smeg off. Right. And I think we'll do the pick first, because once we've got the pick down, we can then actually start breaking into... wow, there's so much driftwood around here. That's a great start for sticks. Okay. How many stone blades do we need for the pick? We need 2. Okay, which means we need 1 more stone, I think, to get the pick. Come on. Okay, we've got some deer there. Now, when I say it's close, I believe you can see it highlighting gold there. That's our iron mine. There we go. There's our unexplored cave to get started with iron for this season. So we are starting with it very close. Now, I'm happy to take feedback on people's thoughts about using a seed or not. But basically, I just want to get going with it. There's not much more of a finer point than that. Okay, now we need to get some flax for some rope, which we've got here. Have we got any more flax? I see sticks. There we go, there's some more flax. We're going to need some of that. Now, that's all hardwood, so we can't cut any of that down, and we won't be able to do that for a little while. However, if we come this way a little bit... So we got the mine there. That's not too bad, but if we come over here... we've got some areas we can work with. That means that's not too far away, so I think that's going to be workable. I'm kind of thinking this like valley down here, because then we've got all the bits and pieces that we want for that. So let's have a look. Let's get the rope made. Okay, and then we need the pick, because that's going to really speed up everything else for us to be able to get the axe. Now, what do we need for... where actually is... oh, there's the Eye of Odin. What do we need for that? Oh, we need a shelter first. Okay. Fine. So that means we do need to start trying to get some stones. I'm not going to get the Jotun blood yet, but at least we can now get this down. Oh, this feels so awful compared to the pickaxe we've had for I don't know how long. Oh, blimey. Right, okay. There we are. Take all that down. Right. And then we're going to need... where are we? We're going to need some of this. And then we're going to need the stone axe. Right, okay. And then we're going to come over here. And I kind of, like I say, I want this valley to be kind of our starting point. So if we need a shelter now, let's get this fur down. And we'll start with that. Because it's, like I say, it's kind of nice we've got that close. So, if we look at bushcraft, oh, for shelter we need a campfire. Okay, well that should be nice and easy. Let's pop that there. And we need more sticks. Okay, well that's not a problem. Grab that flax while I'm looking at it. Okay. We need one more stick. Cool. Job done. Cool. Okay. So now we can work on our... no, we need the campfire. Okay. So we've got to upgrade this now. Which means we need more sticks. Okay, that's fine. Because we're going to want to start trying to clear some of this area anyway, which is why I'm not too worried about cutting down these trees. Okay. The stone is going to be a pain. Right. No, not adding fuel. We're adding that. Right, 6 stones. Okay. Let's head back up here to some of this stony area. Let's break up the large stone we've got here. Oh, blimey, this feels so slow. But again, I've not backed myself up against a shoreline this time. So hopefully we're going to be able to do a little bit... we're going to be able to hopefully expand a bit better than we were last time. But I'm going to want to get metal fairly quickly so we can get these hardwood trees down for the space. I haven't got any real thoughts on how we're going to set defences up or anything along those lines as yet. We are genuinely just going to have to see how that unfolds. Right, let's grab those stones. Right, and then we're going to go back and we're going to get this down. Okay. Cool. So that's the campfire done. So now can we get the shelter? Good. Right. Okay, so I need the hoe now. Right, tools. What do I need for a hoe? Wooden hoe is... I need another stone blade. We should be alright with that. And then 4 sticks. Okay, well we got some dwarf spruces here. We'll grab those. Okay. There we go. And then it's a hoe. All these basic tools. It's... I'm used to having people having done this bit for me. Okay. Right, okay, so then we need 2 sticks, which we've got here. Okay, and then hopefully we can get the Eye of Odin down. I need a hammer. Oh, all these basic tools I just expect to have. It's so... grr. Right. Tools, hammer, go. Right, okay. There we go. Get this built up. So it's going to take us a little while to get back to where we were, but I'm hoping we can be more efficient with it this time. Doubly so as we are going to have the, you know, the mine basically right next to us. Right, 8 sticks. Okay, let's go tear down some little spruces. We're going to need a large pick reasonably soon, I think, to try and get some of this large Jotun blood out of the way, because that's going to just probably hamper our building otherwise. Let's grab the flax while we're here. Okay, and then I think we're going to need one more dwarf spruce to bring down. And I really want to start getting our first villager up and running so that we can start getting some help with all of this. Craft that rope. Cool, okay, and then we should need bark after this from memory, which will be fine. There we go, right, 8 bark. Now we've got 4 there, and how many have we got here? There we go, 4 there, so that's our 8 bark, good. Get that down. Okay, oh, building skill 1. Whoop. Right, okay. Cool, so there's that down. Now we want to look at our Eye of Odin, which is going to be the centre of our village. So I kind of want that to be... I kind of want that somewhere we're going to be able to defend it. So I'm thinking maybe here. Okay, right, we'll clear that. Right, so then we need... Let's pin that so we know what we're up to. So we need a long stick. We need another long stick, so let's take this fur down. Let's have a drink out of our water skin. So this will be the interesting bit, because last time we didn't get any lakes on our island, because again the seed was generated before the lakes update. And now we're going to be able to go off off the island, which is going to be interesting. Right, so we'll grab that and grab the small sticks that we can. Then we're going to need to grab some stone as well. Right, 2 sticks and some stone. Okay. And the stones we've got... We can take a drink out of that. Pretty much up here, which is fine. We can break all this down. Getting towards night time again. Now I'm hoping the mods I've got will still be active. I don't think we'll find out until we get something that could have one of the torches on there. Oh, although I suppose actually I could check if I go into settings, yep, we still got Aska plus there, so that's going to be proof we got something right. And then we need the 2 dwarf spruce and some more stone, so we're going to take this down. I already miss my large tools, I already miss my metal tools. I really want to get this going pretty blinking quickly. Oh, that's nice. I hadn't noticed that. So at the top now, where we've got the season where it says spring, it tells us it's going to end in 4 days. That's new. I hadn't seen that before. I like that, though. Okay, so now we can put this down. That'll be stage 1 of our Eye of Odin. Oh, we're out of energy. Okay, that's fine. Burning through our pickaxes here, though. Okay. There we go. And then 2 large stones. Well, now I'm feeling silly for breaking one of them up. Where was that one we left behind? Right, that's there. Right, there we go. So we've got to carry this back, and then I think we'll take down that Jotun blood, because that will give us another large stone as well. Alright, pop that there. And then we'll take this one down, because this should also give us another large stone, though we have nearly burnt through that first pickaxe. It's coming up to halfway down, which is, you know, not ideal. Oh, needing another break, so we've got to rest on that energy there. Okay. Let's keep chopping away at this. Cool. Okay, so we're going to want the stone, we're going to want the Jotun blood, and we're going to want that stone. Okay. Cool. Get that down. And I think the first thing we're going to try and do once we do manage to get a villager is we're going to want a gatherer's hut so they can go out and start collecting some food for us to work with. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Summon. There we go. So what do we got? A wildling and a craftsman, or a craftsman and a snow strider? I'm thinking we're going to take Asa here. Right. And then, if we look at basic production, we are going to want the gatherer's pit. Now, I don't think the gatherer's pit actually upsets people with how, sort of in the housing area. It's not like some of the other bits, but we're going to get on with this so that they can start collecting food for us, because that's going to start becoming a problem. Oh, I just got rid of that well point. I spotted that just as the hoe came down. Blast. That's not good. What we should do then is I need to build a rain collector first. Okay. Fine. Well, let's get that down then. Right, pin that. We need sticks and long sticks. Okay. That's really annoying, that getting rid of that well spot there. It's me not checking properly. Which apparently is something I do, because it was pointed out in one of the comments for one of the last episodes that's come out for last season. I was looking for the sacks that we need for to make explosives, and I apparently had dropped some, but I hadn't noticed. So yeah, apparently I do that kind of thing where I just hurry through stuff, which is not ideal. Apologies on that. Right, okay. So I think when Asa comes in, we're going to leave her as a builder for a little bit so she can run around and collect some of the resources and put some stuff together for us. Right, now that's done. Right, water well. Can we find some well spots? Because we are going to want some. And I'd rather try and put this down before... Oh, there's one. I'd rather try and put these down before I accidentally go over them again. Yeah, that would have been a really nice one to have had. Just trying to do a quick pulse. Right, we've got another one there. 2 should get us started at the very least. Now, I know some people do completely, like, pad out their village and try and have it all on one level. I personally kind of like the way we wind up with, like, bits going up and down as we follow the terrain a little bit. So, that's something we're going to be trying to work with, but I do actually kind of like that. Right. We'll assign her there. We can't... Yeah, we need better equipment for that. So we're going to go after some of the small Jotun blood to try and get the next villager in. She, in the meantime, is probably going to go and have a nap. That's fine. I don't mind her doing that. We're just going to keep working through the night. That's nice. This one's going to give us at least 3. Okay. far cry from when I first started playing Aska, when it was you only ever got... it took 10 minutes to summon each villager, and that was the end of the discussion. Oh, that looks like it's filling up even though there's not rainfall at the moment, which is interesting. Because it is not raining at the moment, and that has definitely filled up somewhat. Okay. I see large Jotun. There's another small one. Oh, there's some small ones over here. That'll do. They're much closer. How many do we have? We got 3. Okay. That's fine. Right, we'll take this one down. And then I think we are going to have to try and work on getting that builder's hut, or builder's pit, up. Not even got a hut yet, it is just a pit. But we're going to want that so that we can, like I say, start collecting some food. There we go. Right, grab that. Oh, we need another one of these. God, it's amazing how dark it's getting at the moment. But we're going to want to try and get the weaver up pretty quickly as well, so that we can get clothes done. It feels like there's so much to try and do at the beginning that you just really need to try and work quickly and get things going. Like, clothes are going to be a big one because we don't want people freezing during the winter. Right, let's head back. We want to get our next person summoning in. There we go. Right. There we go. And what do we got? We've got a Winter Huntsman and Winter Resilience. That's just going to be a generally good person to have around. So I'm happy to do that. Let's try and... Right, let's pin our Gatherer's Hut, because we're going to want that. We're also going to want another house. So we're going to want to build another shelter. Like that. Pin that as well. Okay. In the meantime, I'm just going to try and collect some more Jotun blood. Because if we can get some more villagers in, that's going to be the whole many hands make light work. So and seeing as they can't collect Jotun blood, that's something I've just got to get on with by myself. But if I can get a couple of builders and then someone gathering food, I think we can start looking at some decent stuff here. So that's why I kind of want to get some of this just going. Now we will also need to try and, in theory, cook any mushrooms we get, because they are not going to be able to be eaten raw. That's going to go very badly for anyone that does. So we'll want to try and, like I say, cook them. Right, how much Jotun blood have we got there? We got 2. I am definitely going to need a new pick soon. So I'm going to need 2 stone blades. Another rope. And then a stick. That's the flax. Right, there's our stick. Right, so that when we break this in a moment, we can make a new one. There we go. Told you we'd break it. Right. Get cracking with that. And then, yeah, hopefully we can start, like I say, getting some of the villagers doing stuff. I think we will need to cut down some trees for them, because I don't think they will be able to cut the trees down. But they should hopefully be able to grab the resources if we drop them, effectively. So if we cut the trees down, they should be able to... They seem like all the small ones we've got there. Right, well, let's give her some... Oh, she's having her morning break and whatnot. That's fine. Just get some of this down. Oh, no, nice, decent woodsman. Yeah, Hannah's a good one we've got there. Okay, so it looks like they're about to start getting on with doing some building and stuff, which is good. And then we're going to need to go and find some more small Jotun bloods for us to collect villagers from. Okay, so let's head back up this way a bit, back towards the shoreline, because we are going to need to work out how we're going to yeah, see, having that mine nice and close there, that's good. And we're going to need to, we are going to need to get back to the shoreline. That is one of the bits with it, so that we can do all these explorations and whatnots. So, like, let's just have a quick look at that. If we look at advanced, we got, what, Bloomery there? Forester's house, Chieftain's house, Dock Harbour. That's one of our new ones. Yeah, for expeditions. Okay. Cool. So we've got a gathering that we can get going now. That's great. That's good. We're nearly there with this one. Right. Grab that. How many have we got? We got 4. So we need one more small. Grab the flax because we will want that. Don't see another small one. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to spot another small Jotun blood. I miss when we could cut down the big ones with a stone, with the simple stone axe, but we're going to need to improve that. Okay, what we got up here at the top of the mine? Yeah, because the thing with not having my back up against the shore that worries me is it makes it easier for attacks to come from any direction, which I'm not going to lie, I'm not super keen on. But, you know, we are just going to have to see what we can do around that. Oh, we got a lake nice and close as well. Nice, I didn't know that. But that can't be bad, because that's going to give us a decent amount of reed and stuff, and we can set fishing up here, I think. Okay. Alright, well that's good. Right, I'm still looking for another small Jotun blood. Right, in the meantime, what we are going to do is we're going to come here and open menu. No, not the marker, I need the hut. There we go. Open menu, that's what I want. Assign. So neither of them will be great. You're good at crafting, but you're going to be good at collection for later. So Asa's going to be there doing some of our gathering at the moment, because then she can at least start trying to collect some of the food in the surrounding area. Okay. Still not found another small Jotun blood, which is disappointing. Seen plenty of large ones around. That's our bit now. Let's strike over this way a little bit more. What can we find to the north? Oh yeah, look, there's another one there. There we go. We can use that to get our next person off and summoning and underway. Right, so this is where I'm going to wrap up here and say, as usual, likes, comments, subscriptions, they will help the channel grow. They help get it out in front of other people. So thank you very much to those of you that do that. Doubly so where this is a brand new series. It really helps to get that boost and get that like initial wave and push to get it out. We will be continuing this exactly where the old series was. So, yeah, 2 episodes a week. But yeah, I do hope you guys continue to come along for the journey on this one where we get to start again. With that, thank you very much to my YouTube channel members. Your support is very much appreciated. Please don't forget that as a channel member, you do gain access to early access to the videos, so you get to see what's going on before anybody else does. You also gain access to the channel members only series. And also, for the purposes of this, let me know if you want to be one of the villagers, but I cannot and will not promise your safety. But other than that, thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you all next time. Right, who are we going for?